I was out on one of my lunchtime speed walks. The day was monster hot, but all moving parts felt in sync. The route I most often take gives me a jaunt of about 3¼ miles. The speed walk, and don't you dare say just walk, is a terrific way to bring balance into frenetic workdays. Anyway, I was out on this hot day walking fast, and I began thinking about the general state of officiating today. Recently, I had taken part in a 1-hour program in the National Public Radio studio in New York City. During that show, I was asked the state of officiating in quotes. I gave the normal, usual, and reasonable answer: more public, more intense, more important, and more difficult, which pretty much sums up what I said in longer form. But now, on my own, walking through the heat waves wafting up from the asphalt pathway, I offered myself a different answer to that question. That answer was a single word: afterthought. The word smacked me good. Stride after stride, I began to mull over why that word came to the forefront. An afterthought, in quotes, is something that occurs later, something that was not thought out of originally. Sports officials certainly do feel like they are treated as afterthoughts in many, if not most, occasions and environments. We are a requirement for the product and promise of sports to be fulfilled, yet we are usually made to feel optional, like a sunroof on a car. When a school or a signer forgets to tell you a game was canceled, or the starting time was changed, you have become an afterthought. When, after a game, you return to the dressing room only to find it locked and now you have to locate a key holder, you are an afterthought. When your email sent before an assignment confirming the date, the time, location, parking, and building entry received no response, you are an afterthought. When you have to inquire about when you will be receiving the game fee payment, you have become an afterthought. This list is by no stretch an exhaustive one. I just bet you could add 4 or 5 much more such afterthoughts to it. The afterthoughts that bother me the most are, it turns out, still the very ones that bothered me enough to start this magazine 41 years ago and NASO 38 years ago. At base, we officials had no voice. Those who required our services treated us like we were serfs. You've been threatened with, well, if you don't like it, there's plenty of other referees who will jump at the chance to take your place. I was threatened with that on more than one occasion. In so many ways, we are treated with a rank indifference. We are required to pay up, show up, and shut up. We are required to take tests, submit to background screening, often at our own expense, train ourselves, endure more and more meetings, reviews, report writing, and communications, incur the increasing burden of enforcements well beyond any rulebook, prove ourselves accountable, and on top of that, there is the expectation that we have the primary responsibility to replenish our own ranks. Now really, look, we got into this deal for high purpose. It's a wonderful undertaking, honing for us skills for a lifetime. Fair-minded, accountable, decisive. Those are much more than words to us. We ensure a game is played by the rules while emphasizing fairness and safety. We do these things for a paltry payout, except for what I call psychic income. We should be commended, and far more often than we are. We give back to society and to culture in so many ways. I will leave you with a forethought. Plan to be proud. Opportunities will present themselves through which you can help others come to grips with the fact that we deserve respect in its many forms. Not loud, not brash, but rather reasoned and passionate. Plan to be proud. Thank you.